Oh, oh, okay, so that happened. Hello and welcome back to another rendition of Kubo's Corner. I'm your host Kubo, and this week I decided to wow, not into it today. Do a little something different. There we go. Let's get this track rolling. Um, like I said, thank you for coming. Today I'm doing something just a little bit different because I couldn't figure out what kind of art I wanted to do today. But since it's Halloween, I'm not gonna do anything Halloween this time around. But I do plan on doing something Halloween related. Halloween for me was always a stark reminder that my brother's birthday is just 2 months away. He was born in December, and sometimes it's a mixed bag for him because all the real fun stuff you want to do and like go the places you want to go are closed in the spring, like you know the local amusement park, stuff like that. So the family most of the time would just combine his birthday with Christmas. Sometimes he would get that amount of presents, and sometimes people will just say, "Oh, I'll just wait till I see you on Christmas." But regardless, I decided to do something for him as a means of things of being emotional support for me while I excuse me seek help of my own accord because he's always been an advocate for mental health and seeking it out. And growing up, I was always one of those like, oh, I don't think I need that kind of thing. And that was when I was younger, my early teens to mid 20s, in fact. And it's only now that I decided to hunker down, do the adult thing, and do something about it. And it's always something I wish I could have done sooner. But the past is the past. It is what it is, and time to move on. So he doesn't know I'm doing this, and I doubt he'll even watch or be aware of it until I show him. But that's gonna be all the more fun for me. So what I'm going to be doing here today is drawing him as one of his favorite characters, and that characters happens to be Doctor Strange. However, it's going to be a little bit of a mix-up because his favorite colors run along magenta and turquoise. So that's the color scheme I'll be using to design him in a Doctor Strange inspired outfit with that color scheme. Thankfully, so I wouldn't have to do it on here for you good folks. I've already pre-made the body and, more importantly, the magic circles. So it's just a matter of getting those in and plugging and chugging and drafting over and see how this goes. So away we go. Let's get rid of the logo here and whapa! That's the pose we're working with today. So let's just see here, and this is just a body I'm using just for the base. I will be adjusting for his body physique and the contours of himself. Let's get a good test run for the pen, and looking good. See if we can make it a little bit bigger. Sometimes bigger is always better, ladies. No, not really. Okay, looks good. And this chin won't be here much because my brother has grown quite a beard, quite the majestic beard. It's somewhere between Amish and Santa Claus in terms of girth and length, but it's not noticeable enough to where he can do hat tricks with it yet. Not unlike that one Skittles commercial where I'm pretty sure you can Google it right now or YouTube it, where it's a Skittles commercial. It's one of my favorite ones because it's kind of creepy, where this guy with a very long beard is flicking Skittles into his mouth with his beard, while this lady is looking over his resume and says, well, he has quite an impressive resume, but I don't know if you are talented enough or have enough skills. And the guy goes, skills? That's funny. While he's saying this, his beard is stroking the lady's cheek and flings another Skittles into his mouth. So, if you know what I'm talking about, feel free to go look it up right now. Otherwise, yeah, that's a commercial. That's a thing that happened. So I'm actually going to use this part. That looks good. We'll end it up just a little bit more. Be drawing him slightly between by normal style and slightly Disney-esque. And let's see what else is going on in the world today. I don't know where any of you may be from. Hopefully someplace that's cozy, comfortable, and not too hot. I don't know if I've made it clear, but I am a fan of the cold. I like cold places, and I don't like places that are consistently hot. So places like most of California, Texas, and Florida are on a bucket list. Well, it rhymes with bucket, I can tell you that much. And I remember one time, someone said, what's wrong with Texas? Why don't you like Texas? And I'm like, have you ever seen a Dobson fly? Google one of those bad boys. Like, Australia has some scary stuff, and Texas is the American Australia. And that's all I have to say about that. Boop, boop, boop. Cool. Let's see. What's going now? Oh, I've recently gotten into TikTok purely for watching, not doing any creative content on there. TikTok can be very fragile or frugal with the viewers, because if enough people can get together over someone they don't particularly like, it's basically an instant cancel if they don't like a particular creator. Oh, excuse me. And I am for, choosing what you like to watch. There's really no reason for particular people, particular bits of content that needs to be banned or deleted. If you don't like something, just don't watch it. Unless, it involves nefarious things like misinformation. Or basically, if someone has an opinion that you don't agree with, that's fine. Live and let live. But if it deals with something like misinformation or, just trying to say that you're wrong and everyone else is right or vice versa, just live and let live. Enjoy what you enjoy. So that's a little bit smaller than this. So anyway, that's just one thing I wanted to get out before I started talking about the various things I saw in there. It's not about being bad, but it's just something I saw like sparking and piqued my interest about the whole cancel culture thing. Which I don't want to get into that right now. Anyways, one thing I love to do is watch food content, which I basically call food porn. You know the kind of stuff I mean, where people go out and try extravagant or new foods they've never thought of before or seen before, and this includes and not limited to stuff that you might see in street vendors, particularly street vendors across the world. I remember one time I was watching Mexican food porn with my cousin, and we saw all these street vendors make these just the most amazing dishes. And I was just having fun with my cousin saying, what we would normally pay for a Mexican meal up here, that in Mexico you get like 4 times that much for the amount you pay for a regular meal up here. And he goes, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Okay." So I said, "I'll show you tomorrow." So the next day we went to this restaurant where all the workers were like old ladies. There's someone's abuelitas. Then the abuelitas running this restaurant. So the food's gonna be as good because it's made with love. So we ordered our dishes, and he got his, and I said, "Okay, what I told you yesterday. See all that food you got on your plate from the amount that it cost?" He goes, "Yeah. You easily get 4 times that much for the same price if this were Mexico." And he didn't believe me at first, but I had some friends and family who have gone to Mexico, just back me up on that. And he's like, "No way, that's insane." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Food around the world can be insanely cheap compared to stuff you get here that's local." One thing that boggled my mind was a Korean street vendor that made cheese pizza. And the way they just made it was just utter poetry. And no, I'm not messing with my brother's hair because he has no hair on top because he shaves bald. Sometimes I tease him about it by calling him Tenzin from Avatar. Okay. Don't worry too much about that beard because that's going to be colored in later. So, let's go with a Doctor Strange hooded figure. Excuse me while I pull up Doctor Strange on another screen over here. So, nothing to see over here, folks. Nothing to see over here. So, another thing I saw in the food content of that is the internet. I saw this one food vendor that was making waffles, but the waffle pan itself was particularly really thick and deep. I'm like, that's gonna be a really thick waffle, and I saw that they put some of the batter in, and then they put like a filling in there, and then more batter on top. So it's like, holy smokes! It's basically stuffed waffles. And I thought to myself, that sounds delicious and amazing. Holy smokes! So yeah, you can basically have waffle stuffed with like cream cheese and strawberries, Nutella, bananas, brownie, cookie, whatever floats your boat. And I thought about, what if I can use this to make like chicken and waffles, but like put in the batter, then some breaded chicken strips, and then waffle batter on top of that, and ooh, just sounds tantalizing thinking about it. Almost getting distracted here. Anyways, focus. So yeah, Doctor Strange. I remember seeing this in theaters. I remember vigorously enjoying it because of the graphics at play were just astounding. Definitely notes and hints taken from Matrix and Inception. Hello. Oh, we have someone coming. Hang on, give me 1 second. Oh, it's a Brooke. How you doing? Hold on a second, because apparently your audio isn't getting captured, and I don't want the people at home to think I'm speaking to myself. Display audio output capture. Okay. Yes, I am. Active. That's weird. Okay, let me try adding another thing. Audio output capture. That's this thing. I wholeheartedly agree. Audio output capture 2. Make source viable. Okay. Default. Let's try using speakers Turtle Beach. Okay. And try saying something.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's fixed. Let me adjust the levels. Okay. So, once again, everyone, this is a good friend of mine, Brooke. Brooke, say hello to the people.
Hola.
There you go.
Hello.
And she is a Spanish teacher.
Sí.
And very fruitful timing, because I was just talking about how once in a while I'll watch food porn, and I mentioned that me and my cousin were watching Mexican food porn, and the next day I took him to a Mexican restaurant and broke it down that, whatever food we got up here for the price we paid, we easily get like 4 times that much food down in Mexico.
Yeah, a little bit different when you go to different places. What's your Twitch name? I'll follow you, man.
Oh, no, I don't do Twitch. I am posting this on, my Facebook, but I don't think it's live because I think I still have a soft ban.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's also live on my YouTube channel, which is, is a Scoopo Senpai.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, nice. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. I'm happy to have you. Which...
It's been a minute.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's been a minute. I saw you posting the other one. I'm like, oh, let me go see how Kuko's doing.
Yeah. Although I think that this is bad timing to talk about this on my part, mostly because someone just announced they're gonna start playing The Nightmare Before Christmas over in Coward, and I'm like, well, I can't compete with that. I can't compete with the Bone Daddy. That's just nonsense.
Hey, your audience is not dead, though.
Well, it's a matter of perspective, really.
Well, I'll be here for a while. I'm just going to play Stardew.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Yep, still not live on Facebook, so pretty sure that soft ban is still in effect. which is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I checked your page. I didn't see anything. I'm sorry, friend.
It's all right. I just found it really funny that I was still active after I got that notification. But I guess it went into effect sometime after that. So it is what it is. So it's only a matter of time before it gets lifted.
It is what it is. Ooh, we played a round of Among Us in Coward the other night, and it was actually fairly fun.
Yeah, I heard.
Good. Who'd you hear from, Raven?
No, I just figured. I heard from my inner Kupo senses, like, yeah, they're having fun.
We were. It was a good time. I left at just the right time, right before people started getting frustrated and wanting to play the hide and seek.
I'm sure you meant to say certain people getting frustrated, but I'm not going to be throwing down any names.
Yeah, that. I know my limits. I've decided in big VCs to help with my auditory stuff, I'm just gonna type in chat, and it works out a whole lot better.
Nice.
If only we could get people to not talk over each other, I swear. And they're bad at it, but sometimes my high schoolers are a little bit better than the adults in VC.
I think one thing that could have helped with that was, oh my goodness, what's it called? I know I have it here. CrewLink.
Truly?
Yeah, CrewLink is a audio feature for games where you don't hear voices unless you're in close proximity to that person in the game.
Oh yeah, proximity chat. A lot of people don't want to play that because it's quote unquote not inclusive, and I get that. Not everyone can play that, but I've always wanted to play proximity chat just to see what it was like.
It's also very threatening of a thing when you hear someone's voice and at first you go, oh wait, who is that? And you go, oh, it's your friend. Then it turns out your friend's the imposter.
Surprise, Shawty.
Indeed. So right now, in case you're wondering, I am currently drawing my brother as Doctor Strange.
Ooh.
Except I'm using a very different color scheme for it.
Nice. Are you streaming it? I didn't see it when I came in.
Yeah, I am. Son of a whore. Isn't that just a thing in the way? That's the one thing I always forget. Son of a gun!
That's why I'm here. I came over and I was like, I wonder why he's not streaming. We'll get to
it. Yes. There we go. Now it's streaming on Discord. Woo! So yeah, if anyone can hear this, feel free to hit like and subscribe to remind me to start streaming properly in the proper channels.
You got a friend in me.
Oh man.
Stream the best stream you can be.
Anyways. Yes. So you said you had no work today? Or no homework to bring?
I decided not to bring work home today. We just got back from fall break in my county. So we, are doing the things. They're doing the learning. Very upset about it because, they're doing the learning. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I had a kid look at me today and go, do I have to do this? I'm like, I mean, you can choose not to and get a 0. Oh, so I have to do... Yes, you have to do this. I don't know another way I can tell you that. Or
Delicious.
puts away everything, and I'm like, where's your work? I gotta check your work, because we're working on now on articles and stuff. And it's hard, I get it. And he's like, I put it away. I'm like, okay, well, take it back out. I gotta take it back out. Yeah, what did I say? right. So if you can
Oop.
prove that you got all of them right, I'll leave you alone for a whole period.
There you
He's
go.
like, all right, bet. And I'm like, oh, look, correct these 7. He goes, I'm fluent. I'm like, getting there. When you can say, my name is this instead of my name is pizza, I'll call you a little bit more fluent.
My name is Pizza. Ah. Poor
They
little
say
Giuseppe.
weird things. Yeah. They say very weird things, Kubo. They do very weird things. I don't understand them, but I love them.
Sounds like my cousin. One day, after a night of Ubering, or rideshare, I should say, I picked up a bottle of NB20, which is like a very fruity alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
I told him it's in my room whenever you get home. Told him where it was, and he knocks, and I go, "Come in," and he busts through the door, and he starts singing that one Insane Clown Posse song. He's going, "Life sucks for all of us. Life sucks for all of us." Grabs a bottle and just like Brachiosaurus walk biped his way out, going, "Life sucks for all of us." And I go, "Yes, you are very welcome, cousin. Yes, I did not mind getting that for you at all. Thank you for thanking me." And he just keeps on singing, "Life sucks for all of us." Oh,
Oh, buddy.
yeah. Oop.
Is it the cousin that I know?
Yes, Bill, that uses Bill Clinton in his username. Yes, that one.
Yeah, I don't usually say his username.
And I very much appreciate that. I try my best not to say his name, or at least say it as little as physically possible. Because
He knows what he's doing.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see.
He's self-aware.
Yeah, at least he's got that going for him. At least.
It's always interesting listening to him and Raptor get into it in Among Us in the early days.
I miss Raptor.
Yeah?
He's got a very distinct voice. When I first met him, I'm like, wait a minute. You sound an awful like the guy who voices Kirito from SAO Abridged. Have you ever seen
Huh.
SAO Abridged?
I have not.
Why don't you go ahead, take over, watch like the first few minutes of the episode. Well, do you know what SAO is?
No.
It's for Sword Art Online.
Oh, I have seen Sword Art Online.
Okay, cool. So
I'm just not
there's
hip with the lingo.
no, that's perfectly fine. Anyway, someone made an abridged version, for comedic effect, and the guy who they got to
Right.
play the main character reminds me so much of Raptor's voice. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I can see that. It's been a long time since I've watched that, but that was one of the first series that my now husband wanted me to watch with him.
Ah, yes. Husband, doing you right by showing you the animes. Making you weeps.
The first anime we watched all the way through together way back when was Assassination Classroom, and afterwards he surprised me, which is a big deal because we were college kids and he barely had a job at the time, and he got me a Assassination Classroom Kuro Sensei plushie that I still have.
Ooh.
It's actually sitting by my computer right now. So you can see. Yeah, one of the kids had a anime shirt on the other day, and I'm like, "Yo, is that from da-da-da?" And they're like, "You watch anime?" And I'm like, "Dude, teachers are people too. Don't live under a rock."
Indeed. Okay, that's good. Lighten that down.
Have you seen Squid Game? It's very popular right now.
I have not, but I do know about it. From my understanding, it's very similar to another title called Battle Royale.
Mm-hmm. It's a little gory. It's watching people die, get killed.
Yep,
So,
sounds like Battle Royale.
yep.
Except
So,
Battle
a lot of
Royale, yeah, Battle Royale is, for anyone who doesn't know, listening in, Battle Royale is basically, think like The Purge and Hunger Games, but in a high school setting. All the kids are forced to kill off each other if they want to live because there's a bomb strapped to their necks.
Yep.
One thing I did also hear is that because the masks used for Squid Game have circles, triangles, and squares, and they asked the creator why aren't there any X's, and he goes because circle, triangle, and square is exclusive to Sony, and X's can be seen by, well, it can be seen and used by Nintendo and Xbox, and he only likes Sony PlayStation.
Interesting.
And I'm like, low key shade, but respect. He knows what he's about.
Yeah. That's some creative artistic choices there. And it's really popular. I've seen people on TikTok doing all kinds of trends and making their own stuff, not necessarily out of, honeycomb, because that's a lot, but like baked goods, and bakeries are in on it. And I've seen on Teacher Talk, people are doing like Squid Games things with their students. And
Oh boy.
yeah, I might do one as a review for their unit test at the end. And if you fail a round, you get eliminated, and you lose the chance to win 25 extra credit points or something.
Hilarious.
We'll see how it goes. I don't know if they can watch Squid Game, because I forget they're rather young.
I was gonna say they're not supposed to watch it, but knowing kids, well, they're gonna watch it because they're not gonna know any better. They'll find a way. All kids do.
I don't know if it's that they know any better, because I walk around the classroom during break time and I saw one of the guys. He was watching this one lady's TikTok. She talks about her life after being a sex worker, and the troubles and stuff. And he was watching one of her thirst traps, and I'm just like, I don't want to know what y'all get into. I don't want to see all Snapchats. If I see you taking pictures, I will photobomb you.
Well, by that I mean, come on now. You've seen rated R movies and horror films growing up as a kid, haven't you?
No, I wasn't allowed. I grew up very, very sheltered. Like, I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob. And I didn't know who Beyonce was till I was 14.
That's... wow.
It's a unique situation. I live in the Bible Belt.
Wow. Not allowed to watch SpongeBob?
Yeah, we did it anyways. It was worth getting in trouble.
There you go.
My mom didn't like it because she thought it was a bad influence. She's like, he's stupid. It's gonna make you stupid. I don't know about that. I'm getting like hell yams. What is going on?
I mean, I've seen SpongeBob. I'm not a fan of it, but I get why people love it. And but
it's good for a younger demographic.
Yeah, but I'll say this much: at least Bart Simpson, my old private school back in the day actually had a ban on anything with his face on it.
Really?
Yeah.
In elementary school, Bart Simpson was a part of like one of the hand games that you could, like the names of the Simpsons characters were.
That looks good.
I'm getting my butt kicked by a ghost. So many people in server have been starting playing Stardew, and I love it because the cult is growing.
And soon the harvest will start.
It was dead for a while, so they took away the Harvey's Truffle Oil chat, which I understand, but there's better chats to use now anyways, like the smaller ones.
Let's see here.
So does your brother know that you're making this drawing, or is it a surprise, or?
Bit of a surprise.
Well, it'll be sweet.
Yeah. Speaking of sweet, I had a sweet thing kind of blow up on my face last week, because last week
Oh no.
it was my uncle's birthday. So I decided to do something a little extra special for him, because for the both of us, it was kind of basically the 10-year anniversary of me losing my mom and him losing his dad, which
Yeah.
which happened like 3 months after her. So that was kind of weird. So
Right.
for his birthday, excuse me, I decided to order a photo cake. And a couple of years ago, he commissioned me to create kind of like a logo design for his DJ name, which I did.
Yeah.
He loved it. He eventually got it screen printed on a T-shirt.
Okay.
And so what I did was I took that image, and I was gonna have a photo printed on a cake.
Oh.
Yeah. So the cake itself, taxes included, with the picture, was roughly going to be like $40. So I placed the
That's
order
not
in,
bad for a custom cake.
but the size of the cake was like basically 6 inches round. So I could feel like basically 2 or 3 people, which there's only 3 of us here, but still, $40 for a cake that
Yeah.
size, you might as well go a bit bigger. But
Yeah.
my cousin doesn't really like sweets. My uncle, he would enjoy it, and I'm trying to not make it that big because I'm trying to be a good boy and stay on my diet.
Aw.
So it was roughly $40, and immediately after I placed the order, like 5 minutes later, I get a call from the place. It says, "Hey, our printer's actually out of order." And I'm like, "So what can we do then?" And the manager told me, "Well, you try calling this other location and see if their printer still works, but ours doesn't." And I'm like, "Okay, well, can you give me back the refund then?" And they said they can't do refunds that were taken from orders online. So I'd have to come in myself.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious. I have to come in myself to the location and request the refund, unless we can come up with some other solution. And I'm like, "Well, is there anything you can do for me?" And she said, "Well, we have this other cake. We have the cake, but we just can't print on it." And I'm like, "Well, can you at least write something on it? Like maybe Happy Birthday, Uncle?" I gave her the uncle's name and whatnot. And I was under the impression she was going to do it herself, but no, it turns out she was supposed to let one of her other employees do it the next day when I went to go pick it up, which I thought was like really, really crappy. I'm like, if you're there right now, if you can do it, why not do it? I understand if you can't, are proficient in writing cakes, but you didn't say anything that would make me believe that you were not proficient in writing cakes.
Exactly. And also, like, why get your hopes up and then be like, oh no, like, I don't get that.
Yeah. So
Sorry, man.
it's all right. So next day I go pick up the cake, tell them my name, and they just show me the cake saying, "I'm sorry, but there's not enough room to write on this." And I just see the cake in the box with the note saying, "Write this on here," and there's nothing written on there. And I'm like, "So you're telling me that because the party, or not really a party because it was only us, was going to be later that night. I still have to pick up the food, mind you.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm like, I paid $40 for a cake with nothing on it. The messed up part was the cake itself, without anything, was roughly $17. And I'm like, I'm paying $40 for a cake, and there's literally nothing to this cake. It's got whipped cream and cherries on it, but that's it. There's nothing on there. It is a blank canvas.
And it was that the 6-inch one?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. And
I
like,
really have to turn a profit. I'd have to ask my mom because my mom does this stuff for a living, and I feel like for $40, a cake she would usually make would be at least an 8-inch round with some sort of decoration. You know, because that goes like into it. Like it's not just a plain cake. You know, like you said, it'd be a little bit bigger.
yeah.
Sorry, dude.
It's alright.
And wait, how long ago was this?
This was last Thursday.
Well, did everything else go well over though?
I mean, I got the food, but there was no cake. Because I'm like, this is nothing. I literally wasted $40 for this cake, and I'm like, let me just get my refund back. And they go, oh, because this is like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They said only the manager can give refunds, and the manager's only here in the morning. And I'm like, and I looked him dead face in the eye and said, well, the kids just keep on rolling now, don't they?
That can be a frustrating situation. So
The sad part is the manager herself told me there's another location I can go check to see if their printer still works. So I tried calling them. It said the number's disconnected. And I went through those websites. I went through the company's website. I used that number, which happened to be the number I got from Google Maps. Still says number disconnected. And I know for a fact they're still open because I drive by that location all the time.
weird.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not going to bother wasting going over there if I can't get a hold of someone, you know?
It's not worth it.
No, it's not. What is worth it, though, is the scathing review I'm going to leave for both occasions. It's going to be like that time I wrote a review on McDonald's, but I also posted it to Culver's website, too. So I think that story goes is like I was doing like 6 hours worth of Ubering, and I'm like, I need something. I need to take a rest real quick. I need to use the bathroom. I need food. I need caffeine. So I stopped off at McDonald's and double check this. Okay, cool. So I wanted to order some chicken nuggets. You know, keep it basic and keep going. So I want to order chicken nuggets with a large sweet tea. So I made my order. They said, go park in the waiting area and we'll be right out with your food. And I'm like, really? Because the line was long, but it was still moving along. And I'm like, okay, sure. So I put on one of those Reddit narration podcasts from YouTube, and I just wait for my food. And I'm looking at the story. The story is roughly about an hour long. I realize I'm halfway through it. That means I was waiting there for half an hour with still no chicken nuggets. I had the tea, but no nuggets. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking behind me, and the line is gone. There is no line. It means they've already caught up with the rush, except for me. So I'm getting mad as hell. I'm thinking, I did not just waste half an hour waiting for some goddamn nuggets. So I pull out of the stop. I pull and park right in front of the front door. Put my headphones on so people to know to go around me. And I look at the first girl I see. I'm like, can I speak to a manager, please? And she goes, yeah, is there something wrong? I'm like, yeah, I want to make a complaint. And behind her, there was a group of, they're all female workers there. And considering what part of the city I was, they were definitely all slightly ghetto-ish. So she tells the group, hey, someone must make a complaint about the food. And this one girl, like America, pops her head up and with the angst of Thor goes, "Who? Who?" And I deadpan her saying, "Me, manager, please, thank you." I'm thinking to myself, I can manage energies, bitch. I can do this all night. So the manager eventually came over. She goes, "What's the problem?" I said, "First and foremost, please check your cameras because I've been waiting for my chicken nuggets for over half an hour." And I told her that girl at the window took my money. She gave me a receipt. She gave me the tea. Told me to wait out there, and it's been over half an hour for chicken nuggets. This is not acceptable. And when it comes to like food service, I try to be as compliant and as nice as I can be because I have 12 years of food service under my belt. You know, I get it.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a rush. There's always going to be something going wrong, but a half an hour for an order of chicken nuggets is just ridiculous. And she goes, "Well, what can we do to alleviate this?" And I said, "I don't know. I'm kind of pissed right now to suggest anything because I don't want to say anything right now." And she goes, "Did you get your tea?" And I said, yes, I did. That's the only thing I got." And she goes, would a refund help you?" And he goes, "Yes, I will appreciate that very much. Thank you." So she issues me a refund. And afterwards, I started to laugh because I realized she had made a mistake in my favor. Whether she realized it or not, I'll never know. So my total for the chicken nuggets and the sweet tea came out to be roughly like just under $10. The refund I got was roughly for $12. So, whoops! Not only did I get a refund, I got a bonus. I just called it the that one girl trying to be a mean bitch text. The one who popped up from her head like a meerkat. And I'm like, that girl's got an attitude problem. Y'all need to check her.
Yeah. Well, dang. Well, I'm glad it all worked out.
Yeah. So, I'm so pissed and hungry now. So I'm driving down the road and I see Culver's. This is roughly like less than half a mile from where the McDonald's is. And they have a line, but it's still running smoothly. So I'm like, you know what, let me take a shot here. So I went up to the thing and I said, "Hey, can we get some chicken tenders with some barbecue sauce and a drink?" So they said, "Sure, no problem." That total only came out to be roughly $8. And
there you go. Easy with your refund.
And I waited no more than maybe 3 minutes from going into the line and leaving the sucker with food in the car. And I'll tell you, those were the tastiest tenders that ever tendered out of Tendertown. Oh man, let me tell you.
It was worth it.
Yes. And I left that same I pretty much what I told you was a verbatim review I left on the McDonald's Google site. And I even posted to the Culver's one. And the Culver's people replied saying we were happy to help.
Sassy, I love it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I do have to go. My husband came in. He's like, "Hey, I need you." So I need to go see what husbando needs. But I wish I could stay. I think he's been wanting to play Stardew more recently, and so I think we're gonna go play some Stardew and have some couple time. But it was so much fun getting to talk to you for a little bit.
Likewise. Tell husbando I said hello.
Will do.
Right.
He's slightly been more active in the server. He actually won trivia last week. He was second place.
Really? What's his name in the server?
I can send it to you. I'd rather not say it on stream.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. There you go. That's a tip for anonymity and such.
Of course.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Coop.
All right. Take care now.
Bye. Will do. Bye.
Bye bye. And thus another swift exit has been met. But yeah, um, that night between McDonald's and Clover's, I'm stroking it. So yeah, good times and not so good times. Just, I really don't want to turn into a mean person. I really don't want to be or invoke the Karen or Kevin aspects of this crazy thing we call life. Because, like I said, I've got about 12 years of food service under my belt. I completely get it. Sometimes you're going to be understaffed. Sometimes you're going to have a mad rush. And sometimes people will just be uncouth for no particular reason other than to be uncouth. But the fact that there was a herd of them just chit-chatting, wasting time, not even cleaning any counters, just irked me the wrong way. And the way that one girl popped her bread, that's the best way analogy I can have for it. She perks up like a meerkat, ready to tango with this honey badger of a bear. And I don't know if you folks know this, but honey badgers don't give a shit. They do not. Thankfully, I'm almost done here. Whee! Looking good, looking good. Well, I just realized I goofed a big time because I said I will fix this to match my brother's bodily proportions, and I done goofed. No worries. Uh, let's see here. I think after this, I'm going to take a much needed shower because I'm realizing, I smell musty. Bigger. Fantastic. Alrighty. Alright, cool. Looks good. Alright, now for sake of time frame, I think I'm going to keep this simple and keep it, in terms of coloring, just flat for now. Looks like I've been, on here for over an hour now. So, it's more than plenty time to shorten this to a speed paint and hopefully just get a fully colored version with shades and all up sometime soon in the future. Anyways, let's go ahead and do our thing. Invert. Clear. Put it down here. Alrighty. go. Clear. Slightly lighter version of that. Around here. Alrighty. Whoops. There we go. That was on the line art layer. You never want to do that kind of thing on the line art layer. Oh, wait. There we go. Got that belt too. Alrighty. Now for turquoise. Or teal. Let me look up a real quick color study guide for turquoise. Oof. Whoops. Let's open the source code for the page. Don't want that. There we go. Turquoise. Come over here real quick. Real quick from clipboard. There it is. And for sub-layering, or for the other bit of clothes, go for more hinting towards blue on that. Okay. So we get this, that. Don't mind me, folks. I'm just checking some random messages I got all the times, at all times. Goofy messages coming left and right. Okay. Alrighty. Let's have some fun now. And thankfully, like I said beforehand, I already took care of the magical circles. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it there for now. Thank you everyone for coming for another session of Kubo's Corner. Sorry this turned out as well as I wanted to, but I'm cutting it short on time here, so until next time, be well, stay safe, stay healthy, and always bring joy and color into your world. Bye bye!